Hey there, it is Dusty with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for not saying happy birthday first thing in the morning? I, 38 male, woke up before my 35 female girlfriend, and when she walked out of the bedroom, she paused and said, "Morning." I was eating breakfast and replied, "Morning." A moment later, she got mad and threw a mini tantrum because she was the first person to say morning, and that I didn't tell her happy birthday right away. I was going to finish my cereal so I could give her a hug when I said happy birthday. She told me that her mom had texted her happy birthday at 6 a.m. while we were sleeping. She told me how rude it was and asked if I had forgotten. I told her I obviously didn't, considering the plans I was making for her right now, and she told me to just admit I had forgotten. Hold up, I want to point out some verbiage here that is red flag verbiage. Obviously not, considering the plans I was making for her right now. Well, you're just now making the plans? That means you forgot. If you had already made plans, that would be evidence that you had not forgot. But you're saying present tense, I am making them right now. I don't think that helps you here. Am I wrong to be pissed off? To me, this is the kind of thing a 15-year-old does, not a 35-year-old. I want to hit another round of red flags for that bullshit. That's not going to help you here either. What are you trying to do? What is your goal, OP? Is your goal to actually solve this problem, or are you only looking for validation in your assholery? Because it feels like you're just looking for validation in your assholery here, right? I'm at a definite YTA right now. It's not okay. Let's dive into some of the comments here. Comments. Candy Thunderous provided a comment for each category: NTA, ESH, and YTA. Let's see if you all enjoy this. NTA. Adults have to get over this "I'm so special, the world revolves around me" today attitude. You're not 5 years old anymore, for sake. ESH. It sounds like she's overreacting. On the other hand, it also sounds like you value your cereal over your girlfriend. Better been good cereal. When she comes out on her birthday, it takes a second to put down the spoon and stand up. Finish chewing your mouth full as you walk over to her so that by the time you're close enough to hug her, you can open it to wish her a happy birthday. I don't know where you came up with the strange idea that you have to completely finish your breakfast before greeting someone on their birthday. And here's the YTA comment. Tantrum is an emotionally loaded word. Describing an adult's behavior as a tantrum suggests that you have a certain amount of contempt for their behavior. It's what you say when you want to dismiss and invalidate somebody. It also doesn't really tell us anything. He could have described her actual actions, words, etc., but instead all we get to know is his own judgment, and we're supposed to accept that and take his word for it. With no other information to go on, I'm going to say YTA. And you know what? With no other information to go on, I'm right there with you. And I'm still at a 2. You definitely shouldn't have done that. But I think it's the fact that he is only looking for validation for his failure here, and also is just slinging more mud and calling her a child. You know what's the one thing that I really, really, really wish we knew for this? How long they've been together. They're in their mid-30s, but their boyfriend, girlfriend, how long have they been together? If this is the first birthday and you don't know your partner's preferences at that point, it's more understandable. Not completely understandable, but more so. If it's the second one, still. If they've been together for 10 years, you ought to know by now. Billy Joel said it. You ought to know by now. What do you say, Tater? Heat lamps on, let's get her up here. A fresh, right off date night, Tater. Come on, mama.
This just gave me the "if they want to, they will" vibes. And I guess when you care about somebody, and I do not agree with the adults shouldn't be celebrated, adults shouldn't get a birthday, that. Like, no, we were born on a certain day, celebrate the out of the day you were born. Find the people that want to celebrate you, and you celebrate them right back. Not celebrating us because we get to a certain age is like, I don't understand that. I celebrate the shit out of my mom, and she's twice as old as me. So I don't. Same for my dad. Like, I do not understand adults shouldn't be celebrated bullshit. I don't care about my birthday. Like,
do we lose our value over time?
No.
Are we less special as we age?
Here's the thing. If you should know, if you're, like, she's staying at his house, she's expecting him to rise to the birthday level, which says that they're in a relationship, some kind of solid foundation. They've been together for some time. He should know by now what makes her feel loved. And on her birthday, he should want to do those things. And same for her. Like, she should want to make him feel the way that he feels loved on his birthday. And I don't think he did that. I don't know what, like, him like calling this a tantrum and saying that she acted like a 15-year-old just kind of seems shitty, when all he could have said was, "I'm sorry, you're right, I should have said happy birthday." Like, and squash it and be done, apologize and move on.
Or, "I'm sorry, my brain's not awake yet."
Right.
Yeah, he could have made up for it. There was Dragon Lady made an interesting comment there. Said if she got angry that quickly, maybe he's forgotten important events before. And yeah, that's there could be some context there that makes it way worse.
Here's the thing: I've been in relationships where I know I wasn't valued, because when I got into a relationship with this man where he showed me exactly how much he valued me, I realized what I was missing in all my other relationships, and I don't have to question whether or not I'm going to get a happy birthday at 11:59. Like, I don't have to question that, because he will be right there every single time that it turns my birthday to tell me happy birthday. And if that's the relationship that this woman wants, then she's in the wrong relationship. And that doesn't mean that this man is a bad partner or bad man. It just means that, like, love languages aren't connecting.
Really valid point. And this just could be a mismatch, which is why the context of how long they've been together would be really, really helpful. But it could be that, like, she really values that and wants it to be a thing. And if he looks down on that, maybe they just aren't right for each other. It's possible.
Right.
I don't know.
So someone said 16 years of marriage, 5 babies, never a Mother's Day or birthday acknowledgement ever. My question would be why, and are you okay with that? If you're okay with that and that's not something that you put value on, then that's totally okay. But if you put value on that and you don't feel like that connection on those specific events with your partner, then I think you should speak up and be like, hey, let's do this more and let's show each other that we care. Because communicating and telling someone what you need is not a bad thing. And if someone makes you feel bad for communicating your feelings, that's a problem.
Texas Longhorns girl here says, just because I'm low maintenance does not mean I require the bare minimum.
So you do have you're divorced now. Well, you begged and pleaded and then turned into a bitch before I left. I understand. I understand how you progressed to that point. I totally get that.
Because if you don't speak up, what happens? Resentment builds.
Yep.
If you do speak up and they don't act on it, what happens? Resentment builds, and then all of a sudden you're passionate and you're caring and you're angry and you turn into a bitch, and then you become indifferent and you leave, right? So if you're not getting something that you need, not speaking up has maybe even more consequences than speaking up does. And speaking up at least gives the opportunity for that thing to get fixed.
In this moment, she did speak up, and I don't think, unless she throws it, and I think if she was throwing a tantrum over every single thing, the way that this is written, he would have let us know.
That's true.
But if she spoke up because she boiled over, which means, and again, I'm speculating here, but to me it seems like it's happened before, or he wasn't, I don't know, he didn't show up in a way that she needed, and she boiled over, and he called it a tantrum instead of fixing it. So,
which at bare minimum, I think gives him this. It gives him the brozo.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what his views are on birthdays, because it's not his birthday.
That's exactly my point. It matters the person that is being celebrated, and if you love that person and you cherish that person and you want to be with that person, then celebrate them on the level that they want to be celebrated on. And I'm not saying someone who's being asinine and going over the top, but asking someone to tell you happy birthday when you walk out of the bedroom,
I feel attacked.
Is I don't think that's insane over the top behavior. I think that's a normal thing.
Now, there are over the top expectations can also be dangerous, right?
100%.
It's Jess for New Girl, where she's like, you got me a sweater.
To China?
It's made in China? Are you taking me to China? Oh my God. Yeah. And over the top expectations can be dangerous as well. But here, this was a simple thing. And instead of, like, Brozo put much, much, much more effort into this Reddit post than he did into wishing her a happy birthday.
He also deleted his post and deleted his account. So, I'm going to celebrate the shit out of people, because I feel like people deserve to be celebrated. And I don't think... Yeah, the shit out of people. I don't know. That's just me.
Love you, Tater.